this magical world. Heroes are praised. But what defines a true hero?
Nobody cares! This is where things get interesting. So sit down and enjoy the show.
Well, the Disney Villains Club is back, and it's a little different. Joey D and I are back. We have our new friends, Greg from Disney Fanatics blog, and Tina and Marie are now part of the.
Are they really our new friends? I mean, we've kind of been friends before.
No, but you know what I mean for this show. We will definitely miss Larry, our Castle Life, and we will definitely miss Mousepiration Mike. They may pop in from time to time to cover somebody and bring some of their energy and life to the show at times. But this is the new Disney Villains Club. So,
hey Nick, listen, it's great to have. What are you gonna say, Greg?
I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to just let you go for a few seconds. Go ahead.
He starts pointing.
He was thumbing a ride.
Oh,
like, can I get out of here?
Listen,
where's that ghost at?
Listen, it's been a while. Super excited to be back. I know this is kind of an introductory show, but it's still excited to be back because it has been a while, Gene.
Yes,
I know things
has
have been a little bit foobarred. If
yes.
anyone understands that. But yeah, we will miss obviously Larry and Mike. But yeah, they're still around. It was just with the scheduling and all kinds of stuff, we had to shut things down for a little bit.
Yep.
And obviously, so awesome to have Tina here, Greg as well. It's been what you got, Greg?
Is Tina Mike or am I Mike in this situation?
Who do you want to be?
That's a good question. We never decided who was going to be Larry and who was going to be Mike.
Greg is definitely Mike. Tina's a lot reserved. Larry is very calm, cool, collect, and Greg just doesn't stop talking like me. So, generally,
my reputation precedes me. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. What, are you kidding me? Dude, we used to do, are you kidding me? We used to do our shows together. Come on, man. We used to do, what the heck was our name of our show? We used to do the, I can't even.
It was so good that we both remember the names.
It's been a while. What the heck was it?
It was the game show.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it?
No,
was it Around the Magic?
Yes.
The original one was Around the Magic. That's what we brought over, and then we changed it. Holy cow.
Main Street Mayhem.
Main Street Mayhem. Love the show.
That was true mayhem, was it not?
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun, man.
That was pure chaos.
I know.
So we got to build this show back up. Like I said, we've been off for a while. And this is an introductory show, so we're gonna just kind of talk to everybody a little bit about how the new version of the show is gonna be, and we're gonna take 2 weeks off, obviously for Christmas and New Year's. Yeah. Their contract, Greg's contract wouldn't let him work on Christmas and New Year's, so we had to shut the show down. He refused. So we're going to shut the show down for 2 weeks, and then we're going to come back with our
Villains Club. Like I had to pull my villain side.
So
I don't blame you.
Exactly right. So we're gonna. This is, like I said, this is more of an introductory, saying hello to everybody, kind of letting you guys know what the show is going to be, and then so it's like a soft opening, and then the full opening is going to be, I believe, the 8th, right? January 8th.
Yes, it is.
So,
and I just want to
say, called me back in my prison days. Soft opening.
There you go. So, let's before we get into like what the show is going to be, let's put the new guys on the spot. Tina, what are you excited about the show and us launching this whole new endeavor?
So I'm super lame. I'm just excited to hang out with friends. I mean,
what's wrong with that?
Yeah,
that's what this is about.
That's the funnest part.
Yay, villains! We could be talking about like rocks, and I would be excited to just be here hanging out. So
there you go.
I don't mean The Rock. I mean like actual rock.
But we could talk about The Rock too. We're all Dwayne Johnson fans.
I'm sure she'd be excited about that. Obviously, he's on the brain. So
yeah, you're
all the time.
Hey, but listen, I'm happy to see.
Speaking of that, I am missing Monday Night Raw for this.
I know, it's supposed to be a good one too. They said. I know.
Sorry, man. You'll get it the next few weeks. Oh, here we go with Zac Efron. See, Sammy D's in here talking about.
Sammy D is starting trouble. Zac Efron, listen, ever since he got his jaw redone, He's trash, man.
But I'm happy to see. I want to say hi to Movie Mania Nick.
Yes.
It's obviously to see Mikey B here, modding for us as always, which is outstanding. Kenneth H, thank you for being here. I promise we will be, a little more organized. But as you know,
more consistent.
We were never really. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and obviously, I gotta say, and I know I'll get a chance to say this, and I know Sammy's in here now. We were so we were taken back being inducted into the Hall of Fame, which was crazy. It was nuts. Because we're in a obviously we're in our group chat. I see Greg message because we were in the middle of doing something. I see Greg message, hey, I just want to congratulate Gene, and I'm like, oh my God, we're missing the show. So I log in to congratulate Gene. Then I see Outcast Life. So I'm like, oh, while I'm typing them, I see JSA creations pop up, and I yell to Sammy upstairs. I'm like, they just called our name. So yeah, man, we can't thank everybody enough that even thought enough of us. I know Sammy had texted Gene and said it's crazy that people like us. Obviously less Gene, but more us. It's just it's just crazy. But yeah, man, super honored and just humbled by it. So,
yeah, I got to be honest. I was at work, and so my phone. I'm watching it on my phone. My phone's all the way across the office.
Because you were working.
Yeah, I was working overnight. No, I was working overnight. I couldn't. Yeah, so I work overnight sometimes.
I know.
So I'm working over. That's why I can't make a lot of our shows. Well, I used to not be able to. Now my schedule's different. But, and so I hear Monorail Molly talking, and all of a sudden, like she mentioned, they say my name, and I was dumbfounded. I didn't expect it at all. Because Pete had spoken to me earlier. I knew Joey and Sammy were getting in. He let me know that they were getting in, but he didn't say anything about me. I'm like, he would have said something if I was getting in. So he didn't say anything. So I'm like, I'm gonna make sure I'm there so I can at least say when I hear their names, I can congratulate them. I had a promise not to say anything, that's why I didn't say anything to them.
We had no idea.
Yeah, so I kept it secret. But so when I heard my name, and let me tell you something. The nice things that Tina, you were one of them. The nice things that you guys said when we were inducted, I can speak for myself. That was the best part of it, just hearing how much like when to know how I don't even know the right word, like respected, or just to know how people feel about you in this community, to know that's there. To know that I'm part of this community, and that kind of like what Joey said before, people actually like me. But it made me feel real good, and it was like and Joey knows a little bit. I've been going through a hard time lately, so to get that, it really felt really good. Are you playing like music in the background?
Wrapping up music.
Just
wrap it up.
Hey, Tim Rempel and Mouse, what's up, Tim? I'm just saying.
I thought I had calmer music for that. No.
Yeah, it's usually a nice little string orchestra, but the words can't really describe how important it was, and to hear some of the nice things that Tina that you guys said.
Yeah, man, that was.
It really it made me feel included in I know and again I already knew a lot of you guys were already my friends and stuff, but it just made me feel real good. I just wanted to convey my feelings, Greg. I'm sorry, I'm boring Greg. All right, Greg.
I didn't know we were doing inductions.
Oh, and also too, I got to say this now back to this show. We are presented by the Fanatics blog. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. Yes. So we are presented by the Fanatics blog. So that's our official news source. So that's awesome too. And Greg, tell us what you're looking forward to as far as the Disney Villains Club.
Wait, so I'm going to go back for a second.
Yes.
So this would be the only show with 4 inducted members.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't even think of that.
Yes.
Good call on that. I did not even think of that.
Because even this and that great show I love. Hold on, Winnie the Bish.
Cat.
Apparently, we are joined by a 5th member tonight.
But not a Hall of Famer.
Oh. Now the cat's going to be doing work and like walking around like, come on.
He's got to try to earn it. But this and that is only 3 of them, so we actually have 4. So what does that tell you? Maybe we might be better. I love those guys. Those guys are great.
Of course. You kidding me?
So anyway, what were we saying? Oh, the Fanatics blog is presenting this show.
Yes.
So I am the Fanatics blog. Oh, thank you guys so much. I appreciate this. And you know what? I couldn't think of, this is actually the first show we've ever sponsored and been a part of. And what are we, about 4.5 months old right now? Started on August 7th of this year, and it has been nothing but an amazing time. We've had more people come out of the woodwork supporting this. We're just having a lot of fun. I'm lucky, of the four of us, I do live down the street from Disney World itself. I'm 6.8 miles from hitting Walt Disney World property. So I am very lucky and blessed, I got to say, that we live down here, and I can be at the park at any time going live. Well, I don't go live very often. I'm not a good live streamer. My mouth gets me in trouble.
No.
I know. Go figure. Why do you think people always have a beep button? Like, it's crazy. But yeah, man, it's the Fanatics blog. If you would love to, go to the Facebook and sign in and click like, click whatever, or just go to thefanaticsblog.com and you can get all the news. We are going to be discussing a whole lot of the Fanatics blog news that I bring to you. And you know what's really awesome about this, guys and ladies? I work with my wife. My wife is the actual owner of the Fanatics blog, so I work for her. So, but what's really nice is we can divide things up. If there's other stuff besides Disney out there that we like, we both enjoy wrestling, so we'll write some wrestling reviews or some news about that. She's really into Hallmark Christmas movies right now, so she's reviewing them nightly, and to be quite honest, there's an audience out there that we feel with Disney, the audience is massive around these pop culture things. If you like
Agreed.
One Piece, you may like Disney. If you like Disney, you may like wrestling. Like there's nothing that we want to leave out. Now, does that broaden things up a lot? Yes. But always in the morning between 8:45 and around 3 to 4 p.m., you get nothing but Disney news. And then I have been very blessed to work with some great people who bring me into media events once in a while. And we do have some media stuff, not with Disney yet, but with other people around town. So you're getting all of that also. And it's just a great time, man. So there's my niceness. Now back to being a villain, if you would like.
Sounds good, Greg. I will say this, though. It's been, obviously, it was awesome from before, even when you were, when you were working before with Chip and Co. and stuff, which was great. But
who? Never heard of them.
No. They are great people. They're still doing the news 24/7.
I was a joke. I was just teasing.
Those guys do 15, 16 articles a day, and it's amazing. And the pace they keep is awesome. So I wish them nothing but the best. It's just time. You know what? Every once in a while, you get to a point in life where you're like, I want my name on the shirt. I have been Sheryl Crow for too long, backing up Michael Jackson. I need to be Sheryl. Not that I'm Sheryl Crow. I'm okay. That's the worst analogy ever. Let's go back.
What the?
I was okay being the Pips, but I wanted to be Gladys Knight.
I get it.
Is that better?
I get it, Greg.
Even worse.
Listen, I'm proud to see that you guys, took that. Listen, I know it takes a huge, especially for as long as you were doing that. That's a huge leap of faith. I mean, you obviously had a lot of experience. You put you did a lot of the legwork and a lot of groundwork with that. So it only made sense for you to naturally transition over to something that was you and Holly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and she is amazing. She's supportive. Like, I am happily married, and I'll say this again as not a villain. And even as a villain, I don't care. We've been together for 23 years, and she literally is still my best friend in the world. Like, I have nothing but respect for her, and she's awesome. So I get to work side by side with her, and we haven't killed each other yet.
Go figure.
I mean,
go figure.
She hasn't killed me yet.
Listen, much respect. Been married a long time with Sammy, and much respect is it's work. Yeah. It's not just
it's work.
It's not just you wake up and it's all easy, man. So,
but look, I mean, we do this for a reason, right? We all love Disney. Why are we sitting here in 4 boxes looking like 2/3 of the Brady Bunch? I was trying to figure out math in my head. It didn't work. Oh, look, there's my wife now. Hi, Holly. She literally, before the show went on, was like, I'm not watching you on the show. I was like, you're my wife. She's like, yeah, this one ain't happening.
That's okay.
Poor woman has to listen to me podcast like 3 times a week and then has to listen to me on live shows. And she's like, I'm done with you. I don't need your shenanigans.
She can only take so much blue hair.
Dude, I can only take so much of my blue hair.
There you go. So we're going to have some news.
Well.
What was that? Did I?
Very well.
Oh, I thought it was some feedback from something. I was like,
I have buttons, Gene. I have buttons. I have many buttons around me to play with right now, and I don't know what to do with my hands. What do I do with my hands?
Just keep them up like this. Yeah, put them in your pocket.
Okay.
But all right, so we're always gonna have some fun topics each week. We're gonna have some news each week, and again, the news will be from the Fanatics blog. So you'll be able to find the articles there. We'll probably have the website up at a lot of the times as well. And we'll be going over whatever has happened that week. And hopefully Gene and Joey shave their beards. That's so rude. Sammy.
It's not happening.
I'll tell you what.
Dude, you know what we need more of? Joey, you need to show off your arms just a little bit more. Get that.
Yeah, every time I see you on Pete's show, you got the guns out. And
pull the gun out just a little bit. Just put one arm up.
No, it's just because.
See? Right there. Our ratings just went through the roof.
Pete likes to bring it up. That's it. And listen, I just came from the gym, so this is kind of why I'm dressed like that.
Show off.
I feel emasculated.
I show off because I went to the gym.
I just came from the bakery.
I did that this morning. Okay, relax. Yeah, but listen, what kind of bakery was it?
I was only joking. I really was not a bakery.
Oh,
I was on my couch.
are you kidding me? Listen,
I did have some treats.
I'm sure you did. Listen, I'll tell you what. Sammy brought home what we consider gold around here. Now, obviously, the Cuban bakery with the Cuban coffee and all that stuff, but there's only a certain time of year called the Nosberry Farm. They are famous in this area for making homemade Cinnabons. People will line up. Greg, I'm not kidding. It looks like what it looked like today at Magic Kingdom.
The Gaston ones?
They have like a massive farm, but they have a huge storefront. They started doing this years ago, and it's just grown and grown and grown. And they got a line for miles. So fortunately, when Sammy's boss went over there, she brought back a half a dozen of these things. We froze some because we got to leave them for Christmas. And then I'm probably going to have one after this because, I went to the gym today, so I can do that, right?
You earned it. Yeah, you earned it.
Yeah, I earned it. And by the way, Sammy gets mad because there's a thing of donuts in there too. And it's the holidays, right?
Yeah, it's the holidays. You're on vacation.
Exactly.
You're on vacation, so yeah.
Even though work's still calling me every day. I don't understand that, but whatever. So stop calling me.
Tina, is there any special treats that you love during the holidays? What's like one of the things that's like kind of a tradition with you and your family?
So my grandmother, she had a smorgasbord. I'm gonna botch that word. Smorgasbord.
That's right. You got it right.
Of just Christmas cookies. She would make these. There's one cookie that is my absolute favorite cookie. She called them cherry winks, and it's just basically cookie dough with dates and cherries, chopped dates and cherries. You can put walnuts in if you want. I'm allergic, so I can't do the walnuts. But it's like a little cherry in the middle, and you roll them in cornflakes. And she's no longer with us, so I've taken on this tradition of making them, and it's just their absolute favorite. Last year I think it was, I accidentally got eggshell in. But the best part about it is you get the cornflakes. It's rolled in cornflakes, right? So if you bite into it and you get something crunchy, well, is it a cornflake or is it an eggshell? You don't know, but
it was camouflaged by the cornflakes.
Oh my god!
Perfect.
It's like calcium. It's now healthy.
Yeah.
So if anyone goes, Tina, I think there's an eggshell here. You shut up. It's a cornflake.
It's a cornflake. Just a cornflake.
I love
Why is it white? I just eat it and shut up, kids.
Powdered sugar.
I think it's good for you. It's good for you.
Greg, what about you guys?
Man,
I gotta hear this.
Okay. What's our favorite snacks? I don't know. My wife makes homemade ginger snaps. That are so in Philly, we used to have this company that used to make spiced wafers that are basically ginger snaps. She has perfected that recipe to a T, and then you leave them out to become stale. I know that sounds weird, but you leave them out for a little bit, they get a little softer and a little stale. Oh, they are so good. That with a little milk. Now, other than that, my dog. Look, I live down the street from Gideon's and the new Summer House and Lake Cookie Bar. Like, there's so many good treats around here. But my daughter, who's 17, has perfected the chocolate chip cookie. Except for today, where they're all flat and suck. But I'm not going to bother with all that.
Listen,
You don't want to call anybody out, but
everyone can have an off day, Greg.
yeah.
Right?
She had it all day. Look, she's coming out here like, what the hell, Dad? Yeah, that's right. I call my kids out on their mistakes. They'll never make it again, or I'll beat it out of. No, I'm kidding. I won't.
How have you had the cookies from Summer House yet?
No. So, Summer House looks.
I've heard
great,
they're
man.
really. Someone told me that they're really good.
And seriously, like, talk about Disney for a second. You have to be good. You are literally not even 200 yards from Gideon's Bakehouse, who truly, for the last 2.5 years, has ruled Disney in the cookie market. Yeah. And you would have to come out with your guns a-blazing to do something good, and people are loving them. So I think I'm going to have to go down there and try them this week and see how they are. But yeah, man, I'm a simple guy. Like, nothing for nothing, and I'm very honest. I am fighting a battle with hereditary type 2 diabetes. I am nowhere near overweight or fat or anything like that.
I was gonna say, Greg stays slim.
I'm perfectly proportioned for my height, with a little father gut. So I'm proud of that. I'm not as svelte as Joey there. Like, I put up my arms and like it's the Popeye thing where it's just
Listen, just eat your spinach and you're good.
Yeah, oh, is that what it is? So I don't eat tons of sweets anymore. Like, and I'm on what would you call that? Rich white lady medicine, the Ozempic stuff. I'm on a
Rich white lady medicine.
I don't even know what that is. What?
It's like
it's expensive.
Every rich white lady is using it for diet medicine, and I'm using it for using something else, but I'm using it for actual diabetes type 2 to keep it under control. So yeah, man, I have to limit what I eat, and it's it sucks. It's Christmas time, and I don't want to.
Yeah, there's a lot of good treats, especially like Epcot. That's like
now that I've offended everybody.
That's okay.
Hey, you are a villain. You're on the Disney villains.
Yeah, I like cookies.
It's gonna happen. So, and I know in Joey's house, the coquito is a big thing.
It's funny, Sammy. Sister Brianna, she just came by tonight and dropped off because people like from her job and stuff order them, so she'll just bring by a bunch of bottles, and then of course she usually leaves 1 or 2 extra. I know for me or Sammy obviously can't right now, but I can. So she's hating it right now because she can't. But yeah, this time of year, especially starting from like Thanksgiving, obviously that's a huge thing. Unfortunately, there was some traditions that my mom did. Unfortunately, she passed away, last October. So just like, Tina trying to keep up some of those traditions, it's hard because I can't do what she did and I can't cook like she can. So I know Sammy's has some of her recipes that she wants to try, but you're talking 40, 50 years worth of refining and it's just, So yeah, this time of year it's a little bit hard this year. Even last year, obviously, but this year's, anytime I go to the house, it's a little sad. But
yeah. Dude, my wife has been struggling with that for years, where her grandma used to have a pastel and a pastel maker, and she's been trying to figure out like a good recipe and a good maker to make those for years. And she's trying every year. We just need a good pastel maker.
Derek, no, I'm not even going to tell you that I have one. I have my grandmother's.
Oh, wow.
Oh, do you? Oh, I bet you that's got like years of funk build up and they taste
good.
Not saying you don't clean it, because you do clean it. I know you do.
Yeah, I know you say it.
I haven't used it yet because I guess I'm a little afraid of it, to be quite honest.
Intimidation.
Yeah. It's
you would think it's like making awful. It's not. There's a talent to it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about 2024 real quick.
Yes.
Let's hit some Disney news real quick.
Yes.
what are we excited about at Disney World in 2024? Because Disney announced today that obviously, they announced months ago that we're going to be getting Disney Dining Plan back. They released more information today about park hopping for annual pass holders and for people with annual park hopping tickets. What else did they talk about today? They talked about good to go days coming for annual pass holders, where it's like you can basically no reservation needed. You can go on certain special days. But I also wanted to talk about, what are you guys excited about 2024? Let me just go through a little bit of the list. So here's what we know is coming in 2024. According to Disney, we have the Country Bears Jamboree is going to be redone. We have every single one of you is like, nope. You know what? I'm going to take the opposite side. I love this. Love it.
I'm not a big Country Bears Jamboree to begin with. So
recently, and it is creepy AF.
Really,
dude, those three little girls start singing about wanting a man, and I'm like, ooh, no, no, Disney,
Dude.
Like, I'm sorry, but something's got to be changed. So anyway, Gene, what are you thinking? You don't think it should be changed?
I don't. Here's my thing. I've never really. And Joey's known me long enough to know that I've never been a fan of the Country Bear Jamboree. It's one of the things I think it's like one of the things I never really do ever. It's to me. I just don't. I'm not a big fan of it. So I really, if they change it, it doesn't matter to me because I'm never really going to be. I'm not going to be a fan of it. So that's my take on it. Tina, were you a fan of the original?
Do I hear it? Is Greg playing it?
Is Greg playing it?
Greg's not playing anything.
Oh, I don't hear it.
Heard it. Okay, I'm hearing things. So
Tina's internal monologue just started playing the Country Bear song.
it really did.
Battle.
Oh my gosh! Or no, I'm not going to say it. Anyways, so I haven't been on Country Bears since I was a kid, and I only in recent years have seen it through people streaming it, and it's only because of, I will tell you, Jeff from Diz Our Dream, and like Steve from Steve's World and Walt from Well's Talk, is that the reasons why I actually get into it, and they make it so much fun. They make it hilarious. And then I started listening to the lyrics and I was like, holy cow, how did this get into Disney? I get Greg's point. I totally do. But at the same time, it's the nostalgia of it. And it's like the old humor from back then. And it's like, I let it slide. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It cracks me up. Now I think it's absolutely hilarious. And I kind of regret not, as an adult, going and sitting in the show. And
oh man, you know what I really like? Those three bears. Oh God, they're just so hot.
Wow, that was weird.
Was that Joey?
No,
Joey's voice got really deep.
I have to use my pitch and change of voice. It's in
I the button thing. Sorry.
I've just never been into it, man.
Joey, you're a nostalgic guy. Like you're kind of one of those guys. It's like, I don't really need too much change at Disney World.
Yeah, when it comes to the Bears, it was weird because my mom, I remember, was a huge fan of this, and every time they would take me as a kid, we used to go see it all the time, and I used to actually like it. It was pretty good. I mean, it needs a change, obviously. I know, obviously, Gene always teases. What Gene is not letting on is that he's contractually obligated to talk nice about the Bears. He can never talk bad about them. So
it's true.
Just want to point that out.
It's from about 4 years ago, something like that. Long story, but I am contractually obligated to appreciate the Country Bears and not say anything bad about them ever again. I had to do a whole pledge and everything.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I had to put my right hand up, and do a whole pledge.
Yeah.
What, you a Boy Scout?
No.
You know what? We'll go back to that story at some time. So next we have coming up, let's go to food real quick. The Cake Bake Shop opening up at the Boardwalk, which some people are a little upset that it takes over the ESPN Zone building. Other people are like, yeah, and other people are like, man, if you have seen the cakes that Gwendolyn Rogers makes and is going to be there at the Cake Bake Shop, it looks stunning.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you at on this, Tina? Are you would you come down here and go, you know what I need to do? I need to go to the Cake Bake Shop.
I mean, That depends on what kind of cakes they are, how much they cost, and who this person is. I've never heard of this. Would you say Gwendolyn?
Gwendolyn Rogers.
Gwendolyn Rogers. I've never heard of this person.
This is how you can tell Tina does not go to my site and read news.
I will be much better at it in the future, I promise.
No, I'm kidding.
In my defense, I don't really go and read any Disney news. Like
I've written about her
but
like
I'm-
900 times because I'm trying to get on her good side. I
I'm
just
sure
want to be able to go
you
eat cake anytime.
They're originally from Chicago, like Illinois.
No, they're like Idaho or
Is that what they
Utah.
are?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were like
I think she started like in Portland or something, but yeah, she started off as a single mother, just delivering her homemade cakes, and has turned it into an empire. And this is she owns 3 or 4 other spots across the country, and this is her first Disney endeavor.
I thought they were in Illinois, but
Seriously,
You're good?
check out her website, like if you guys want to, because again, she's they look fantastic, and it's
They
going to be
look-
cool.
yeah.
It's going to be like a you know how 1900 Park Fair and Grand Floridian used to have the tea time, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be doing tea times over at Gwendolyn Rogers Cake Bake Shop, so that's interesting.
I like that idea.
All right, returning festivals into the new 2024. We already have announced dates for Festival of the Arts and Flower and Garden Festival. So we got Flower and Garden beginning February 28th, and Festival of the Arts is coming January 12th. Are we excited about festivals this year?
Wait,
Gene,
so
we'll start with you.
wait, it starts February 5th. You said.
28th.
So what, we can only get 3 weeks of Festival of the Arts?
Yeah, that's all we ever get.
Is that what it ever?
The shortest
it's-
festival
I
of
know.
the year.
I know it's the shortest one, but I didn't realize it was that short.
It's that short, man.
They got to make that one longer. That's so underrated. You don't like Festival of the Arts, Tina?
No, thumbs
No,
down.
she's-
is so
Oh
short.
yeah,
Dude, all of a sudden
it's
everybody's
so
turned on
underrated.
Tina. Like, oh no.
It's so underrated, man. I to me, it's one of my favorite.
It's one of my favorites too. I think I'll be honest, Gene. Aside from the obvious of trying to, I guess maybe the other ones might be a little bit more money makers or draws for them. I think the Festival of the Arts, maybe they keep it at that length only because I know a lot of times they got the artists there and stuff, and maybe they can't be there for, all like half the year doing this stuff. I don't know, because they got to do meet and greets. They got to do the actual artistry, whether it be on the sidewalks or the walls or whatever. So maybe that's probably why. The topiaries, they can just keep those things up for as long as they want, because once they're up. And then obviously food and wine is self-explanatory, but I think that's the only reason. But I agree with you. I wish it was longer. I do love it. I love all the festivals really, but that one is one of my favorites, or has become one of my favorites, I should say.
Yeah.
Tina?
Yeah, it's my my voice keeps cutting in and out, so I apologize. It's my absolute favorite, but it's also one I haven't been to. But I love art. I'm a photographer. Anything artsy fatsy, I admire, and I just love when people do the streams. I love seeing all the different things that go on during it, and I feel like they could make it a little bit longer if they switched out the artists. You know what I mean? Like I know Joy was saying that maybe the artists can't do that long, but what if they switched them out? What if just a little bit?
I agree.
Yeah.
Incorporate some things.
Maybe you're right.
What I'm excited about for this is by this point, when it opens, Communicore Hall and Communicore Plaza are supposed to be open, which make that the new home of the festivals. So we don't know what that New World Celebration is going to look like with the new festivals.
Good point.
That space is absolutely stunning right now. Like, it is turned into my favorite spot at Disney World. Right. And newness aside, it's just beautifully done. So when the new festival spaces open up, they're going to have booths in there. They're going to have the meet and greets are going to be around. Like, you're going to have more space to do that stuff. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Festival of the Flower and Garden Festival is starting like 2 weeks earlier than normal this year, because normally it starts around March 10th, I thought.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was a little early too.
I wonder why.
Because they need more time for food and wine, because that only goes for 9 months.
Yeah, they got to get it. Pretty soon it's going to be 11 months. They're going to do 2 weeks for Festival of the Arts, and then they're going to do 2 weeks for the Flower and Garden. And then the rest of the year.
Right.
And the funny thing is,
holidays is going to be Hanukkah and Christmas, and they're going to be like, "That's it."
And then they got the food and wine again at Swan and Dolphin too. So it's like they kind of double dip.
No, so the Swan Food and Dolphin could be the best food at Disney World.
Oh, it looks amazing. I've never been to it, but it looks amazing.
And it's run by a totally different company. So you would think it's Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin. It's actually not. They're run by Marriott and a few other people, and it just happens that in between their two hotels they have there. That is, yeah. But yeah, there is a plethora of food and wine festivals down here. I'm hoping with the New World celebration, we may get a new festival this year. Is kind of rumored amongst people right now because they're pushing some stuff back. They may have either a new summer or fall festival happening along with food and wine. Like food and wine will never go away, but I'm interested. I think there should be. And hey, one day in the future, you guys, we will all talk about what we want out of a new festival there. Moving on, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is supposed to be opening in 2024. I thought it was great during the Disney World, Disney 100 on 2020. They did a full documentary on ABC the other night. And in the last minute and a half, they were like, oh, by the way, here's a sneak peek inside Tiana's Bayou. And they showed 4 or 5 pictures inside, and it shows that it's pretty well moving along. So, Joey, let's start with you this time. Are you excited about Tiana?
Very much so. Because we're going all the time. We just came back from, just from a trip just like a week ago. And it's funny because every time we go, Aiden's always going, Dad, look, because, every time you go, there's something a little more. They have the water tower, and it says, the Tiana's Bayou, and it starts seeing some of the aesthetics, the grass on top and everything like that. I'm a huge fan of the movie, huge fan of the music, and obviously the ride needed a huge makeover. Plus, I know they're using all the latest animatronics, which I'm very excited about to see that. And I can't remember how many they said it was supposed to be, like 28 or something like that, some crazy high number. So I think it'll be awesome. So yeah, I'm absolutely excited for it. I mean, really, aside from any, I can't see why you wouldn't be. I mean, listen, anytime you're doing a huge refresh, I don't care for the reasons of why they did it. I understand all that. I'm excited for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gene, what are you doing? You coming down? You going to ride Tiana?
I'll actually be down in, because it opens supposed to open in March, right?
No, end of 2024.
Oh, it was.
Now, if they do it like the Hatbox Ghost, where like it'll be coming in November, and then it's like November 30th at 12:45 p.m., and you're like, oh, there it is. Jesus.
Oh no, yeah, I'm looking forward to it because listen, at the end of the day, it's going to still be the same ride. The track's the same, right? So all the thrills are still going to be there. The music's going to be fantastic, I'm sure. The animatronics are going to be great, I'm sure. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
I'm sure they're gonna probably have it so the boats don't sink on this one, right? Or are we gonna continue that tradition?
Unless that's part of it, maybe that's
Dude,
maybe that's part of it.
Okay, sidebar. Sidebar. Have you ever been on Pirates and you've been in the back row and you're like, oh no, this boat really is going to sink?
Dude, like where the water's like this close to yeah.
Yeah, and he goes over like the rollers and you're like, oh no. And
I've never had that.
You distribute the weight a little better on this boat because I'm scared.
If you get a few heavier people or you get somebody where you don't realize it, but what happens, everybody kind of slides over to one side and the thing's tilted like this, and you're going on, especially if you got some heavier people sitting in the corner, you look down and you realize the water's like this far from the top of the thing, and I'm like, dude, this thing could, I mean, obviously you're not going anywhere other than down, and it's like,
and nothing for, like, again, my full belief is these boats were made back in the 50s and 60s and 70s, like, and they're not like, we as a society are we're healthier, we have more weight, like, and that's perfectly fine, but I just don't think they kept up with it, so it's going down. One of these days you're going to read about me walking off in the water, or I'm going to be like Naked Guy on Small World out in Disneyland. One or the other. I haven't figured it out yet.
That guy was.
You have to write an article about yourself.
Tina, first off, when's the next time we get you down here in Disney World?
Right now, the definite is December next year, 2024.
So you're going to be here for the opening of this.
Yes. Well, I mean, there might be maybe a vacation before then, but the definite is December.
You're like, I'm not saying anything with kids around.
I get,
I
well,
don't want to
yeah,
lead
'cause
them
we're
on.
not 100% certain, but yeah, my kids, I think, will be excited. My husband, not so much, because he's a fan of Song of the South. I'm neither here nor there because
I
I
love
don't.
the movie. I'm a fan of Zippity Doodah, and I'm a fan
Yeah.
of the style and everything. And honestly, that was one of the first VHS tapes my father ever bought me. So like I
Wow.
grew up watching it endlessly.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but hey, I look, and just like we were talking about Country Bears, forevermore people will call that Splash Mountain. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure or Southern Dome Salt Mine Company doesn't roll off the tongue as Splash Mountain. So I don't care if people nickname it Splash Mountain. It'll always be, you're going, I mean,
It's
Hill, Mount Hill, Splash Hill, that doesn't work. Like,
it's like Hollywood Studios. People still call it MGM, and it's like Disney Springs. People still call it Downtown Disney. Like those things are gonna. This is still
ladies
gonna
and
Splash
gentlemen,
Mountain.
it's 2024. It's time to drop the MGM name. There's my villain. There's
Dude,
my villainy.
I still call it MGM.
Me too. Me too. It's always MGM.
I just call it studios. I can't help it.
Yeah,
I don't mind. I love the MGM thing.
Yep. All right, moving on. We have Star Tours is going to be updated and adding a few new scenes. We don't know if it's adding Mandalorian or Ahsoka. We are hoping for some of that. But yeah, Star Tours is being updated and it will be open. The Disneyland version they've announced for Star Wars weekend out there, which is in end of April, early May.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Because I thought I read it somewhere, and you would know better than me. So maybe I didn't read this. I'm imagining I read it somewhere. I heard there was going to be there's going to be lands that we might not have seen yet in the Star Wars universe that might actually make it in this. Is that true? Did you hear that?
No. Now I'm going to have to go search that out. Thanks, Gene.
I'm sorry.
The night was done.
I thought I read it somewhere.
Stuff up.
No, I'm serious. I thought I read it somewhere, and again, I could just be misremembering, as Roger Clemens once said. I could be misremembering, but I feel like I read it somewhere that they're going to have lands that we wouldn't have seen yet in Star Wars that might be something that we'd see in the future.
I wouldn't doubt that. It's Lucasfilm, so it's part of it. Like it's Disney, it's Star Wars. I'll take you. Give me more. Like I think Star Tours is still one of the best simulation rides over there.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and by the way, mentioning that, one thing I do love about Star Tours is that they have continued to add new scenes, characters, and such. My question is, when are they going to start doing that? And I know when are they going to start doing that for Smugglers? It's the same time.
Oh, that's a good. I don't think. Wow.
There's no reason they cannot do it.
So that opens up a can of worms because that opens up why couldn't they have done that with Star Cruiser?
Well, yeah. Listen, I get that.
No, but Star Cruiser is already it's a track and everything else. It's not like a screen.
But you can change the story. I think it would be harder.
I think
it would be a little harder, especially.
It would be more expensive, but not harder.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because now you got to change some of the animatronics and what's going on. But at least with Smugglers, it's the same type of thing as far as it's still just a computer simulation. The only difference is what makes it even better is that you have somewhat limited control of it. So you still have the movements. So all you got to do is change basically what you're seeing. It's no different than a video game. It runs off the same thing. It's running off screens, running off high-power graphics GPUs that we run on our PCs anyway. I know NVIDIA is the one that's powering that stuff, so it's not hard to do, especially if they're using something like Unreal Engine or anything like that Epic makes. Which you can...
I would just love to go into Smuggler and be like, "You're using Unreal Engine, really?" You would hope Disney was above that. Like they've come up with their own thing. Come on, you created Pixar and everything.
Well, listen, as funny as that,
Unreal Engine.
Right, as funny as it sounds, it's cost effective. You can change things on the fly. And how do you guys think The Mandalorian's made? Unreal Engine. I know this for a fact.
Those screens are.
I don't even know what the hell you guys are talking about.
Guilty as charged. I'm a geek. I can't help it.
And this is where we lost half the audience.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
What the hell is Real Engine? I have no idea.
Unreal Engine. Remember Unreal, the video game?
No.
Unreal Tournament.
Yeah,
No.
Unreal
No.
2K4.
I guess I'm not a gamer, so maybe that's why I don't know.
It was like one of the most influential first-person shooters besides Doom. Well, the engine
like
that built it.
The rock vehicle?
Yes.
It was, yeah. And also, listen,
Yeah.
what's funny
In Jungle
Fortnite-
Cruise, from The Rock in Jungle Cruise, he would take a computer. It was actually a small person that he just was really good at math, and he would just carry.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Tina, you lost too.
Oh, totally.
I'm like,
Moving on, my friend.
go ahead, gamer nerds. Go ahead and
Oh,
finish
this
your
is a
conversation, gamer nerds. I'll just me and Tino just wait. Me and Tino.
I was referencing the ride and how the technology works. I like that kind of stuff. I want to know how the tech works on the rides. Anyway, it should be pretty easy for them to change scenes and stuff and story. So that's all.
That's all he was saying.
Okay. You could have just said that.
Sorry.
You could have easily told us that the engine was a flux capacitor, and we would have believed him.
I was like, sounds good to me.
Marty.
Sure.
I can't help it. Sorry.
That was
Moving
great.
on, Greg. Sorry.
Moving on. Yeah. So the other major things, obviously, Disney dining plan is coming back this year. Park hopper access is coming back. There's going to be update to the reservation system. What else is new? And then we have very like run Disney events and stuff. I don't run. I run from a fair and to a buffet only, so I don't
There you go.
running anything. Yeah.
Dining
Anything
plan
else
is a
we're
big
excited
deal.
about in 2024 besides this show taking off and people listening to us geek out over the most mundane thing?
I know.
That will be a lot of fun. But I do actually have a question, and I want to know what your opinion is on it. So they're gonna allow you to basically park hop at that point and not have to wait till 2 anymore, right? You can basically park hop right from jump. So then why, as annual pass holders, do we have do we not have open availability anyway? Like if I set up my pass to go to Magic Kingdom because I can't get one at Epcot, well, I'll just pop it in Magic Kingdom, walk right back out and go to Epcot because I can park hop now. So
Absolutely can do that.
Why do you think that they're still allowing they're still making us like have to have the reservations?
I think it comes down to Saturdays and Sundays and crowded days is my honest opinion. I think the parks are right at capacity some of those days, and filling it in with extra annual pass holders that they did not figure into their numbers. They wouldn't be able to hire enough staff and stuff like that. So if you take it like on Saturdays and Sundays, you can't park hop until 2 p.m. on the Magic Kingdom days on some of that stuff.
That's true.
It's all in the wording on how Disney does that. And it makes sense for them because they can figure out still how many people are going that day. Like, you don't need a reservation if you bought a ticket for that park because it says that park on there. So then you don't need to make a reservation. But Disney still knows you are going to that park that day. So they can plan accordingly by having, and look, Disney's we're trying not to just blow money away and doing it that way. I don't know. It makes sense if you're Disney, and I kind of agree with it. But at the end of the day, just let me park hop. Just let me go whenever I want to go.
Yeah.
Look, and it block me out on heavy days. Like, I don't want to go on July 4th. I don't need to go to Magic Kingdom. Block me out. I'm cool. Let me go to Animal Kingdom instead.
I'll be
I get
honest. Here's the villain in me. All right. For whatever reason, and obviously everybody's different, I don't really care that I have to wait till 2. It's never come up in question, and it's never come up and stopped us from doing anything. So I guess I just don't care because by the time it gets to 2 o'clock, I'm already ready to do something else anyway. But I've never been there at like 10 in the morning and be like, man, I really want to leave. So I'm not saying it couldn't happen. And I'm sure it happens to Greg, but Greg, you live there. I go a lot, but you go more.
My days would be so much easier. My week would go so much easier, and I'd be able to report on more per day.
Oh, I'm sure.
With park hopping. So, but again, I'm an exception to the rule. Most families want to spend half a day at a park and then hop over. Go to Magic Kingdom. Oh, it's a little crowded here. Why don't we leave here and go over to Epcot?
Oh, and I agree.
enjoy it?
And the only point I was making, it's never really, I guess, I'm not saying it couldn't. It's never really affected us. So I guess it's never really bothered me. The whole reservation or, you got to wait till this time to park hop. So, but yeah, Greg, of course, if you jump somewhere, and then, believe me, there's been times we've gotten Magic Kingdom in the morning and I'm like, okay, this place is out of control. Like, it's ridiculous right now. So
that was me at Animal Kingdom this morning. I literally got in, saw the lines get in and out.
If anyone saw that video, I saw it. It was just the lines. It was out in the parking lot where the trams take you underneath the bridge. Like, I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
Animal Kingdom was the security line went around a few poles, and then because they kept on releasing people at the parking trams way back there, it kept on just getting more and more crowded back there in the line. It kept on getting pushed. And it was just like, you know what? Look, if people want to know how well Disney's doing right now, we are the Monday before Christmas, and it was packed.
It was bonkers.
People are coming. People want to be here. People want to enjoy it. People love Disney. Disney during the holidays means something to a whole lot of people. And I'm glad to be down here for that. But I'm also, as I was telling Gene beforehand, I'm okay taking a day off. Like, I'm okay being blocked out for a week and a half. Like, I could probably use a refresher.
You got to think of this, though, Greg. Somebody coming from Europe, another country, another state, that maybe they wait every 2 years to come, and then you come and you ride and you get to Magic Kingdom on a day like today, and you're like, are you kidding me? Like, it's one of those things. But I will say,
okay, here's the villain in me coming out. You know what? It's on them. Maybe they should have, I don't know, looked at a schedule or talked to somebody
I agree.
else.
You can see online when it's really the times of the year when it's really packed.
Them.
Oh, I agree, but they don't. These people aren't checking that stuff. Generally, they're not. We know.
You know
about
what?
This stuff.
As long as they check the fanaticsblog.com, I don't care where else they check.
That
there you
part.
go.
Listen, one thing I'll say this time of year, obviously it's a big time of year because people are going on vacation. The holidays, the place is amazing, being decorated and stuff. I know Sam's sister wanted to go back because we were there in the daytime. She wanted to make sure we came back in the night because she wanted to see it while the castle's all lit up and everything. One of the big things that nobody talks about, there's no humidity this time of year. It's cooler. You're not sweating. You're off. So it's one of those things where it's just more enjoyable to be. I love Greg's face. It's more enjoyable to be in the parks. I'm still trying to keep a straight face here. It is. It's more enjoyable to you can last all day in a park or even multiple parks without leaving the park dragging ass with swamp ass. It's just kind of the way it is. So that's a big part that no one talks about.
Oh,
If you
God,
what was
swamp ass? There's just nothing better than swamp ass. I just like walking around with just pounds of sweat in my underwear, just all swampy.
Tina, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yes, of course.
wow.
Every day.
Well,
Tina, what is it, like -7 up there right now and raining?
That is true.
Yeah. And it's supposed to snow tomorrow. It's changing over
Oh
to
my
snow
God.
tonight.
how far up are you?
I am up just under the foothills of the Adirondacks in New York State.
So you're way up there. All right, so we're both in New York, but it's like light years difference between Long Island and upstate.
It's a nice 61 here right now.
I'm 45 minutes east of Syracuse. Let's put it to you that way.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Dude, it's 62 right now, and I'm freezing.
Wait,
I
it
have a
says
hoodie on, and
Take it.
Greg says
If I-
54 in Orlando. No?
now we got to check the
still
weather. Now
take
he's
it.
like double checking me. He's like, no, but your weather says this.
Yeah, I
my
got you.
windows would be open.
I was like, me and Tina be wearing like t-shirts and shorts right now.
Yes, tank tops would be good. I'm all set.
I
Yeah, it
get you.
says it's 66 in Davin. Oh, no, 52. You're right. It just didn't update. That's
Actually, wait, right now it's not that bad by me. At 44 degrees. That's not that bad.
I got to start updating my stuff.
Yeah. Dude, it's going down to 40 degrees tonight. That's
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm used to Philly weather. Like, we would get snow. It would get down to below freezing for a few months, and you were okay with it. Now, man, I hit like 50, and I'm going, ooh, I need layers. I need layers and a hoodie.
That blood
and a
thinned out, man. That
toque and-
Florida heat. That Florida heat. It's thinned your blood, Greg. You've
I'm
lost
like,
all your...
damn, you know what I want?
Oh, I could really go for more swamp ass.
Anyway, Gene, back to you.
I don't even know where did we leave off.
He's like, I don't even know where to go.
No, we were introducing everybody. That's what we were doing.
There you go.
Man.
That's all we're doing.
Well, I mean,
That's what this show's going to be like, is it?
well, hopefully hold the swamp ass. But other than that, yeah.
But
Am I the only one that hasn't said it yet?
Tina, what does that look like to you?
Look, I didn't say it in the group
You
text.
did not
I'm not
say
gonna
it.
say it.
Why?
now.
What is it supposed to look like? It looks like a giraffe.
I know exactly what she thought, and the more I looked at it, the more I went.
Yeah. We
It's
know
a
how Tina-
It's a
Listen.
Salvador Dali version of a rabbit.
We all know how Tina's mind
Wow.
works.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen. I've heard enough sound bites of Tina on Pete's show. I know.
Oh my God, dude. There's so many.
So, it's only a matter of time before it happens here.
You
It
take a
smells
bite
good,
out of
too.
it or what?
No, it's got. So I have this thing about
Another-
I have a very bad empathy thing where did the cat? Oh my gosh!
That was a different cat. That was Khaleesi. The first one was Winston. That was Khaleesi.
Gene, you do realize that's like bad luck. Just I don't put that out
They just walk across my stuff.
No.
Maybe the cat saw the rabbit.
there. Dude.
Anyway, I was gonna say
Alright.
I can't eat them. I have empathy. If it has a face, I feel bad for eating it. Like at least
No.
the meat that comes to my house is still not attached to the head and it's smiling at me. I'm like, it's ground meat. I don't care it was a cow at one point. But this thing, like if I take a bite of them, I'm like, oh no, poor Patricia's staring at me.
That's right. You
Dude.
named it Patricia.
Or Patty.
I know. Love gingerbread.
Oh. And it does smell so good. Oh.
That's the thing. That's like going to of course, we just went. We had to go to the Grand Floridian. Had to check out the the gingerbread house and smell the whole. I tell you what though, let me tell you, it was almost unenjoyable because it was such a circus in the lobby. Like
Preach.
I'm sorry. Like you go in there and there's I'm like what? And I'll be honest, it was annoying for me, and I'm not staying there. If I was staying there, I'm like, what the hell is this? Like you go down there and it's just you can't even walk.
Yeah, it gets pretty packed this time of year.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to pull out my villainy side, and this is going to pee off a whole lot of people. It's because of people like me and other, and I'm not being put myself in the influencer category, but we have created Disney FOMO so bad that everybody feels like they have to do every little thing that they see somebody post. That now all these things that used to be cool and like not private but not so well attended are now like must do's at Disney, and there's a whole lot of FOMO that has been created because of this new influencer culture that we have, and there's nothing wrong with it because look, we're trying to show people at home, come down here, have a great vacation. You want to come down here. It really is amazing down here, but in doing so, showing the live stream, showing the live feed, showing articles about it, people go, I got to put that on my list. I need to go there. And then you end up with thousands of people on any given day going to these, and it's getting bad on some spots. Other spots, you can I still don't tell people where I like to relax. I'm not giving that information up.
Well,
there's a few people that are like me who are like, you know what? Don't ever tell anybody about this.
You make a good point, and obviously, I'm almost a hypocrite because I'm one of the ones that went. It was just not enjoyable. That's all. And I guess obviously I'm part of that. I guess, but yeah, it was just not enjoyable. I mean, it was.
But at the
crazy.
same time, you shouldn't miss out on something you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like if you ever see those people who do the behind the scenes of like the Instagram videos and stuff where they're like, this looks so beautiful online, and you're in Bali surrounded by these pools and beautiful women are everywhere and flowers are floating down, and then they show you the real scene where it's 900 people behind them standing in line for that shot. Like that's what we've created a little bit. And I'm part of we're all part of the problem. Like we all look at these things and go, man, I really want to do that. And yeah, so I don't know. That's just me. I always think, I don't know, man. I get really deep thinking about stuff sometimes where I'm like, oh no.
You know, it wasn't even just the gingerbread though, and even like around the tree and everyone taking photos and like it was just a circus. There was just to get on. Now remember, you're at a resort, so you're expecting to be able to hop on the monorail and take it to the park or wherever you're gonna go. A line for the monorail went inside the hotel, wrapped around the atrium. I mean, we must have had to wait 5 or 6 monorails before we got on.
You probably would have faster just to walk. Because that's a nice walk too. That walk is nice.
Yeah, but our car was back at Epcot. I was not walking. Sorry.
Oh, I hear you saying.
That's a long walk.
Yeah.
I think you were talking about Magic Kingdom.
Look. People, take your picture and then move. I say it's okay. Just take a picture and then take a step over. Take the picture, take a step over. You don't need to have a family meeting looking at the picture going, oh, poor Diane blinked. Forget Diane. Move. Next family.
I know. Tina, were you going to say something?
No.
Oh.
It's like, I'm not talking right now.
No,
I wasn't thumbing. I was going to say.
I don't know. Is that, I mean, Greg, have you seen that? This is the first time I've seen that where it's been like that.
I'm telling you, again, it goes back to Disney's doing really well right now. There is people, and again, a lot of people, first off, Disney's giving a good product right now again. I think they're doing much better. They've listened to a lot of people and their suggestions, and there's not so many gripes as there was for a few years. So I think they're doing better about stuff. Things are coming back that people really enjoy, and I think a lot of families are coming back and spending their dollar. There's no more revenge travel. The pandemic's over. I think it's just picking back up, and people are like, you know what I want to do? I want to give little Susie and Timmy the same memories I had as a kid, and now everybody's coming back down here. And you know what? It's like, I love being local. I love being from Orlando or the outside area. I'm really happy to see everybody I know has a job. The employment rate is great around here. Everybody's doing really well because of it. So it's like you kind of can't complain because the other side of it is when the pandemic happened and everybody was scrounging for a can of beans.
Yep. Oh, agreed. I know. I just was surprised. I was like, wow.
No, and I'm with you, man. Like, believe me, I could, if I didn't feel like being a villain, I would have gone the other side and been like, yeah, F them.
I've never eaten a bean.
But I didn't.
You know that?
What?
I've never eaten a bean.
No. You've never eaten a bean? So,
no.
Never had black beans and rice? Like
No.
Red bean?
No.
Boston baked beans?
Nope.
Wait, you've never had baked beans?
Nope. Never eaten beans.
Do you have a legume problem?
I do have a problem with legumes.
Do you?
Yeah. That's exactly what. No, I haven't had lentils either. Like anything.
Do you get the upset belly?
No, I just don't. I wouldn't know. I never had them. I've never eaten a bean.
No. You sure you don't? Because maybe your mom gave you some and stuff went wrong.
There's something gross about them. I just can't do it. I've never eaten an avocado. I've never had guacamole.
Dude, baked beans from a barbecue place is usually amazing.
No.
Yeah.
Black beans and rice.
I'm not a guac fan.
I hate lima beans. Lima beans I can understand.
Well, yeah, I'm not real big into lima
beans.
But baked beans?
No, no beans. No beans. No chili, beans and no avocado.
Chili?
Without beans.
What kind
and if they leave the beans in there, I was gonna whenever I go to any place, I'm getting like a chili cheese dog.
Have you never been to like a chili dog? Have you never?
Yeah, I was gonna make sure they don't put beans on. Like, there's no beans in the chili, right?
Game in your life and gone like tailgating or something.
Yeah, if there's beans in the chili, then I pass on the chili. I go, is there beans in this? And they say no, I eat the chili. And if they say yes, I say, all right, I'll have the chili.
Dude,
who's making chili without beans?
Joey,
I feel like it's the superior chili without beans. The superior chili.
We've all been to sports games, right? How many times has Gene been mocked for being like, does that have beans in it? I can't.
Oh God, I just can't do beans. I just really don't like beans.
I don't. Beanless chili is the superior chili.
I'm a little taken back right now.
I'm almost offended for legumes everywhere.
Well, Not on my plate. Not on my plate.
Whose idea was it to have Gene on the show? He's like, come on, man.
Hey, Joy, how you doing? Joy's in the house.
I'm like, what the? I'm surprised.
That's my new Gene complain voice.
Oh God, why am I here? I just want to talk about, I don't know, Disney and sports. But not chili dogs. They give me the gas.
No, I like chili dogs. No, see, I do like chili dogs, but it's just minus the beans.
That's not a chili dog.
No, it is a chili dog if there's chili on it.
Very weird.
Dude, you can't have chili without beans in it.
Yes, you most certainly can.
Well, let me ask you this though: you've never even tried a bean?
No, and I won't ever.
What if somebody like snuck it in? And you
One time I ordered a
Wait till I
burrito.
eat bean and just carry a bean. I'm just gonna keep throwing it in his mouth.
One time I ordered a burrito because whenever I have to go to Taco Bell, I always order without beans. I go, and so I would always say, I go, good.
Sure. All right.
I say no beans, please, because I'm allergic. I always got to say I'm allergic just so they don't make
they don't sit in it. Yeah.
No, to set the point of like, don't even put it in by accident because I could get sick.
I could die.
Yeah, and I won't. Like I'm not allergic to it. I just don't like them. And so one time, I
went
ate.
to Taco Bell and just bother the employees so bad. I know you guys are underpaid and don't make minimum wage, but please take all the beans out of everything before
Yes.
I show up.
Yes. So I ordered my burrito one time with no beans, and I took a bite, and there was beans in it, and I instantly it just flew out of my mouth. And I went back and I said, yeah, they put beans in this. I can't have beans. I'm allergic, and you put beans in this, and so they made me one without beans. I was polite.
Do you like mayo?
What?
Do you like mayo?
Mayo?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes depends on what I'm eating.
Okay. I hate mayo. I was just wondering if you liked it.
I can eat mayo in certain things. I don't like a lot of it. I like just the like this just a light layer of mayo. I don't like it slathered in mayo. I like a light layer of mayo.
Oh my gosh.
Well, beans are gross.
There you go.
And when
doesn't
you
like
make a
beans.
sandwich,
Joy agrees.
like smear of mayo, because mayo
Just a smear.
I hate that word.
What word, Tina?
By the way, you're gonna
No.
cause Tina
No.
to freaking pass out.
I just pulled a muscle in my back laughing at Greg. I can't do this. I am.
What do you mean? We're just getting started. No?
Wait till January.
Oh man, let me tell you, this is like
So anyway, there's an intro to the new Disney Villains League. What
Club.
are we called? Club? Or now, I'm sorry, we're a club. We're not a league. There's 4 of us. It makes us a club.
Yes.
yeah, we're a club.
Guys, I said we're a club. We're a gosh dang club. You
And-
don't use the league with ours. And
No.
leave the beans out.
Leave that minus the beans. No beans.
By the way, Greg, that really reminds me of the dog leader in Up for sure. It's gotta be it.
The cone of shame.
Here we go. I'm beta now. I just have to change the pitch. Oh, Doug is our master. Oh, hail, Doug. Right down here, I'm Gene was complaining about beans.
Yeah,
Oh,
beans are
God,
gross.
poor Taco Bell kid. Doesn't even realize I'm coming.
I think
Do you
the
even like
beans be our
tortillas? You like
mascot.
tortillas, right? Come on.
What's that?
You like tortillas at least, right?
Yeah, but no beans.
Oh my god.
And no guacamole. No guacamole, no beans, and no avocado.
Not the guac.
Yeah, no guac.
The side of peach tea. Like,
Oh, I love the peach tea from Joffrey's.
yeah, we know.
I was talking to Panda about the peach tea the other day. I can't wait to go back and get one.
Dude, I have been trying to get Joffrey's to sponsor me for years.
Really?
Like, oh my gosh, if there's one thing I'm going for, like in all of this, you know how like you get people like who will pay to be on your website to advertise stuff. I'm like, I want Joffrey's to be like, how much to endorse you? And be like, free. Just because I
Be
love
like-
Joffrey's.
The
Hear that,
peach tea is amazing.
You could do it for free, and you guys are missing the boat here.
Yes. Yes.
Jesus.
All
Okay,
right.
so
Anyway.
we're coming back on the 8th, right?
Coming back on the 8th.
Yep.
So tell your friends to tune in. We will be consistent. So I know when we started out last time, it took us it was a slow build, but we actually built it up, and then like I said, we kind of fizzled out. And this channel's been dead for maybe about 2 or 3 months. So, again, January.
Guys, I promise, we'll be consistent.
Yes. Correct.
And it'll be a lot of fun.
Yes. It'll be
Go
ahead. What?
No beans.
No beans.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to come on and watch Tina pull a muscle or something like that.
Just wait till the 8th. Got the ideas.
I already got an idea. Her wheels are already spinning.
Oh yeah. Where's my notebook? What the heck?
Yeah, well, listen, we'll start posting everybody. We'll send out links and stuff so everybody gets it, because I know we were split from one of the channels to this one, so I want to make sure everybody kind of gets on the same page.
Yeah, this was originally a sports channel. We changed the name of it. We put it to Dis Nerdy, and we built it over. And we rebuilt Dis Nerdy over here. So that's why you'll see some sports content on it, which that we're leaving that up. But
there's some good interviews if you guys want to see that too. Check that out if you want.
Yeah,
if you happen to
some
check
good stuff.
the channel out.
Right? Yeah, I believe even some of me and Piano Rob stuff might be on this channel as well from back in the day. So I think some of this stuff is on here as well. So from Late Night Magic. So if you want to see some cool interviews back in the past, go check them out. Me and Piano Rob. Yeah. So I guess that's about it.
Well, I just want to tell everybody then, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, all that stuff, because we're not going to see you guys before then. So make sure spend time with your friends, family, enjoy yourself, and make sure you tell somebody you love them. That's it.
No beans.
And Greg.
And Gene, where can people find you also?
There you go.
They can find me tomorrow. I'll be with Pete on Pete's football recap show. Joey, you coming on tomorrow?
I absolutely will be there.
So me and Joey will be there tomorrow, and that's at 6 over on Pete's channel. And then at 8 o'clock, I'll be on with the other half of the Drews, Sammy D and Panda.
Better half. Don't say the other half. She's much better half than me.
Don't sell yourself short, Joey. Don't sell yourself short.
That's for you to decide on the show. You can tell her that.
We'll be with Panda over there. Yeah, so I got that coming up tomorrow. Tuesday's a busy day for me.
Yeah, Tina, what's going on with you?
So my channel, I'll be live Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Usually I go live 8 o'clock on Wednesdays with Joy S, who's in the chat. For the Sweet and Sassy. Now it's Sassy. Okay. Sassy. I'm just going to bring a sash next time. Sassy Showdown. But also we'll be on with Diz and That at 9 o'clock on Wednesday doing our Merry Shutmas, which is what we do in the Diz and That Discord. And Pete Friday night, and then Dad builds Saturday nights. So
nice. Everybody's busy. Yeah. Joey, what else you got? You're going to be tomorrow. You're going to be on the sports show. Yeah,
it's the NFL recap, which they've been doing. Him and Gene and Pete have been doing a great job for a while. Just my schedule, haven't been able to come on, so I am right now. So I should be there. Should be there Thursday night for the week's pick'ems for the NFL, and then of course I got other designs I'm working on, LED light boxes and things like that. Trying to get that stuff done.
Yeah, and please don't forget that JSA Creations, which you can find on all social media stuff, has some of the best ears around.
We're a sponsor as well. You'll start seeing that again.
We're working on a commercial, right?
We're working on a commercial. Because an updated one. We have so much to show. I love our commercial, but we have so much to show, and it's just not. It's hard to cram everything into like a 30-second little thing there. So we're trying to work on something new. So that'll be good. So I'm working on that, and I'm working on other stuff.
Nice,
that I can't talk
man.
about.
Excellent. I, on the other hand, what am I up to? Yeah,
a whole lot.
Everybody. I'm working on a whole lot. Podcast, you can listen to that, drops every Thursday, except this week we are recording a radio version of A Christmas Carol that's going to drop on Christmas Day, and that can be found at the Live Podcast Show on all your podcasting places. That's the Live Podcast Show. On Wednesday nights, I do a live show where we recap the week and talk history of Disney with Sam from Sam's Disney Diary. So you can watch that on his YouTube channel at Sam's Disney Diary or my Facebook. We go to both of those. Other than that, you can also find me here on Mondays and the Fanatics blog on every social media you can think of. So,
And every day.
That's-
Always look
yeah.
for your updates every day on Disney Fanatics blog.
Absolutely.
On the Facts blog.
And you already know that when he puts something up, it's fact checked. He doesn't just throw something out there.
I need more clickbait.
Beans.
Do an article about how beans are gross.
God.
These are the 5 beans that you'll find around Disney. Go now.
Yes.
Ugh. Tell me where the
That's my
beans
new
are and I won't show up.
Dude, I'm gonna put an Instagram up of that.
Gene's going to be like the anti-vampire. They're going to run up and throw a handful of beans at him, and he's going to
Oh,
burn up and like disintegrate or jump into the ocean.
But I will second what Joey said. Everybody be safe. Have an amazing Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, however you celebrate. Do it with your families if they're around you. Make sure you hug everybody and love on everybody. We are absolutely blessed to be talking about Disney in this day and age. So I'm sure everybody will agree that we hope everybody has a safe and happy and healthy new year. And here's to an amazing 2024, people.
there you go.
Yeah.
See you, dos semanas.
Good night, everyone.